CS1 කියලා.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, madam.
You are the only participant today. What shall we do? Can we start or we'll wait for the others to join? We'll wait a bit and see. We are supposed to start the discussion today from page number 122. And were you able to do the homework? If you don't mind, can you please send me the page numbers of the homework? Right. So thank you. I have received the page numbers. So we are supposed to start the discussion with the very first homework that I assigned you to do last time, which is on page number 116, 116. So this reading is in Unit 4, Lesson 2. This is about interviews, especially how you manage your time. How do you manage your time during interviews? It's a very brief reading text, and after reading it, you are supposed to answer the given questions. So let us now discuss the answers for the first main questions. Question number 1, list the strategies of how time can be managed effectively. Okay, right. So I have got an answer. We can actually effectively manage time by following certain strategies. One of the best thing is to make a list about the work we have to do in order. And also, after making this list according to the order, we can identify which tasks are urgent and important. So in this way, we can manage the time very effectively. Very good. Answer is correct. Then question number 2. Write 3 benefits of having good time management skills for office work. Right. 3 benefits of having good time management skills, especially for office work. Setting yourself targets and breaking down bigger projects into smaller manageable steps. Self-awareness is also important, and planning what you are going to do when self-awareness is also important, and planning what you're going to do when it is that is an effective way of managing time, right? So the main benefits of time management, especially for office work, is setting yourself targets and breaking down bigger projects into smaller manageable steps, and also self-awareness about what is important and planning them accordingly are the main benefits of effective time management skills. Question 3. What are the other skills one can develop by managing time successfully? Okay. The other skills that you can develop by managing time successfully includes reducing stress, stronger team collaboration, and also increased productivity. Fine. So these are some of the other skills that one can develop by managing time in an effective, successful manner. Question number 4. As you think, what would be the other effective ways of managing time effectively in an office environment? We are supposed to do this in pairs and write down, but since this was given as a homework, I think we can do this individually also. What would be the other effective ways of managing time effectively in an office environment? Yeah, this would actually minimize distractions, and the workers will learn to delegate, review, and also reflect the work. Fine, good. So those are the answers for the questions. Here the pages are not in order. And then we are moving to page number 117. And here we, most of you were not there last time. We have discussed the effective communication. I mean, the methods, the formats we are using to have effective communication within organizations. Please go through this part of the lesson because this is very important and you will definitely get a question, not a question, few questions for your writing component based on this part of the lesson. You will have to write emails, memos, notices, etc. We have discussed this in our last discussion, so you may go through the recording also because this is very, very important. I think this was the other homework I have given you. We have discussed, we have done the final listening activity, which is on page number 121. And then we did this writing task as well. The vocabulary, have you done this? Or I think Jade has done this, isn't it? So she has done this. So let's discuss. Look at more sample language expressions you can use for emailing. Group them under the correct categories. This is what we are supposed to discuss now. So here is a table for us to categorize these expressions. The salutations, openings, the expressions that we can use for the body and also the closure. So what are the phrases that we can use for salutations? We are now focusing on salutations only, okay? What phrases can we use as salutations? Yeah, okay. So all the phrases here starting with dear, right? Dear Mr., Mrs., Doctor, Professor, and the name. Dear Madam, dear Sir, and also dear Mr. Manatunga. These are all phrases that we use for salutations, and they are formal phrases as well, right? We are now talking about official emailing, official communications. So all phrases starting with dear can be used as the phrases for salutations. Fine. And opening. Yeah. One phrase is I am writing to you about, right? I am writing to you about, that's the opening, one of the openings. And also, this is to inquire about is another one. And this one, I am a student of Business English Certificate 2 at your institute. All these are openings, introductions to your main discussion. Body, what phrases can be used in the body part of the email? Yeah. Could you please inform me about the date and venue of I would like to know more details about, and I look forward. Yeah, okay. Those are the phrases for the body. Closure. Closure is like, we can say best or best regards or kind regards. Yeah. So that's the only phrase available for the closure. Now we have learned some phrases here from this vocabulary exercise as well as from the writing exercise, the listening and the writing exercises that we have done previously. So I want you to thoroughly study these phrases and learn them because you have to use them at the exam, right? We will be writing official emails and official letters, official memos, etc. So when you are writing them, using these phrases are really important because you are going to get some mark for the vocabulary, the advanced official phrases that you are using to write them. So remember them and use them at the exam. Here is a small pair work, which let's see how we can do it. Given below are some phrases that students used in their emails. Even though they are grammatically correct, they are not very polite for language used for business communication. What we are supposed to do is to rephrase them to be more appropriate for formal emailing. So here we have few expressions. There are 6 expressions used by students in their emails. So they are not very formal, it seems. So what we are supposed to do is to make them little more polite and formal to be used in a official business communication. Can I give you about 2 to 3 minutes to complete this first, and then we will discuss? Take about 2 to 3 minutes and then complete. complete in the sense you need to transform, rephrase them to more appropriate formal emailing. And then we are going to discuss. Okay, done. Right. Question number 1. Statement number 1. Send me the price list for the plastic fruit items. So this is very impolite, and you see that this is very informal. Maybe for a friend you may use this phrase, but not for an official communication. So how can you change this phrase, the same phrase, into an official one? Okay, so yes, I have got one answer from Jade. Could you please provide me the prices or the price list for the plastic fruit items? So could you please send me, or could you please provide me with the, so that sort of phrases, such phrases are necessary to make it more polite and formal. Good. Number 2, Mr. Vikramatunga. Dear Mr. Vikramatunga is what you have to use, right? We can't just call the people by the name. We need to address or salute them. So we have to use dear. Statement number 3. What is the course fee for Business English Diploma level? Yeah. What is the course fee for Business English Diploma level can be written like this. Could you kindly let me know the course fee for Business English Diploma level? Could you kindly let me know? Could you please let me know? These are some good formal phrases. Number 4. I have attached my certificates to this mail. Yeah. You can say I have maybe herewith attached. Okay. I have herewith attached my certificates to this mail or to this email for your kind reference. Kind comes there. Okay. I have herewith attached my certificates for your kind reference. Kind goes before reference. Then statement number 5. Please reply urgently. Could you please respond at your earliest convenience? So please reply urgently means you need a very quick reply, but you are in a hurry to get a reply from them, but still when you express that idea, you have to be very careful because this single phrase may disqualify you. Okay, so a phrase like this would do. Could you please respond at your earliest convenience? The final one, the 6th one is, Circulate this message among your department members. Okay. Could you kindly share this message with the members of your department? Yeah, that's a formal, polite way of asking them to circulate the message. Now, if you say circulate this message, then it's like an order. It seems that you are ordering the people. But when you say that could you kindly share this message, it is almost like a very, very polite, friendly request. Okay. So be careful about the phrases that you include into your business communications. Now we have, continuously discussed these phrases because you are supposed to use them at the exam. So study them well and carefully and use them as much as you can when you write. There is a small writing exercise to be done. Now, using the sample language you learned, write an email for the following situation. You are a student of the Business English Level 2 class. The name of your teacher is Miss Samanthi Jayawardena. Write an email to your teacher asking for the slides of the class held 3rd August 2019. Do not forget to introduce yourself first. I actually like to, even though this is a writing task and it takes time, I actually like to do this now if it is possible, because you will be getting this type of emails for the exam. Right, okay. And so Jade has sent me the answers for this activity. I would like the others also to try this out a bit. I think you will take about 5 to 6 minutes to do this. It won't take long. Shall we all, we will discuss Jade's answer once they are done. So I would like to give you a little time to complete this one first. Please use the expressions, the language phrases that we have just learned, and then write a official formal email to your teacher of the Business English Level 2 class. That is Mrs. Samanthi Jayawardena. Tell her that you were absent on this day, and then request for the slides. And you are supposed to introduce yourself also. If you say I am Nimali or something, then the teacher would not know, right? You have to tell that you are Nimali from this class. Then only the teacher will recognize who you are. First, you have to introduce yourself like that, and then you are supposed to make the request, right? Take about 4 to 5 minutes and do this so that we can discuss the answers of other people as well. Can we discuss now or do you need more time? I did not receive answers from any other person other than Jade. I have Jade's answer, but others didn't send me. Nobody else sent me the answers. Do you need more time or? So I have taken down the attendance of the day. Uddika Madhushani, Jade, Naduni and Sandeep. Would you also like to send your answers? I have never seen your answers before, so I would like to see if it is possible. Maybe you can send me a photograph of your answer as a private message. WhatsApp the message to me, the photograph to me, or maybe you can type and send me as a chat. And have you finished or do you need more time? What do you say, Buddhika, Sandeep and Nandini? Do you need more time to complete or what is happening? Can I please know? Is it possible to see your answers? Right, so Buddhika is asking me to give me more time. Yes, I can give you little more time because throughout the program I have never seen any of your answers. So I would like to just have a look and see whether there are any mistakes or anything so that you can, then with my comment you can improve, no? So it's better. So I hope the others will do the same. Please write something and send me so that we can have a discussion. Okay, take a little more time and then we will start discussing. I have received Buddhika's answer. What about Sanduni? Sorry, Naduni and Sandeep. Have you finished? Would you also like to send your answers? Yeah, okay. Naduni has also just sent me the answer. Sandeep, what about you? Maybe let's start discussing the other answers. I have 3 answers to discuss now. Let's start discussing them. I think by the time Sandeep can also send me your answer to me. Okay, so the first answer sent by Jade. So I'm reminding you once again that we are writing this short email to Mrs. Samanthi Jayawardena, your teacher of the Business English Level 2 class. The reason is that you were absent on a particular day on 3rd August 2019 and you are requesting the slides of the class. This is what Jade has written. The subject is she has created a fake email address also for Mrs. Samanthi Jayawardena. And then the subject is request for class slides from August 3rd, 2019. Request for class slides, not from, I think, on, right? Request for class slides on August 3rd, 2019. Dear Mrs. Samanthi Jayawardena, I hope this email finds you well. My name is Jade Kanisha and I am a student in your Business English Level 2 class. So that's the introduction. I am reaching out to kindly request the slides from the class held on August 3rd, 2019, as I was unable to attend that session and would like to review the material. Then the second paragraph, I would greatly appreciate it if you could share the slides with me at your earliest convenience. And the closure, thank you for your time and assistance. Best regards, Jade Kanisha. So this is a well-written short email to your teacher. You have explained who you are. You have introduced who you are at the beginning. And you have also mentioned that you were not in a position to attend the class, this particular session. And then because of that, you are requesting the material to review. And also, you are thanking the teacher in advance for this help. And then you have used an appropriate closure as well. This is a well-written answer, Jade. You will, like if I give you, let's say if I am supposed to give marks out of 10, then I can give, I think, about 8.5 for this answer. Very good. Now let us look at the answer sent by Buddhika. She's starting the content directly. she has not added any subject line. This is the the salutation. Dear Mrs. Samanthi Jayawardena, I hope this email finds you well. My name is Buddhika and I am a student in your Business English Level 2 class. I'm writing to kindly request the slides from the class held on 3rd August 2019. Unfortunately, I could not access them during the session and I believe they would be helpful for my studies. I could not access them during the session. Okay, right. So you are requesting the slides because you could not access the slides during the session, not because you were absent. That's also another solid reason, because in the question they didn't mention that you were absent or anything. So that's also a good reason. Thank you in advance for your assistance. Please let me know if there is any other process I should follow to obtain them. Thank you. Okay, this is also a nice email for the teacher. Good. This also would go for about 8 out of 10. And let's have a look at Naduni's answer. Dear Mrs. Okay, there is a small mistake, Naduni. You have addressed the teacher like Dear Samanthi Jayawardena, so that's a great mistake. Please be careful about that, because she's your teacher. You have to refer to her with the title. According to the question, she's Mrs. Samanthi, Miss Samanthi Jayawardena. MS is there, so you have to add that, the title. Samanthi, dear Miss Samanthi Jayawardena, I hope this email finds you well. I am writing to kindly request the slides from the class conducted on 3rd August 2019. I would like to review the material to ensure that I fully understand the topics covered and can complete my notes effectively. If it's convenient for you, could you please share the slides with me at your earliest convenience? Thank you for your time and support. Looking forward for your response. Best regards, Naduni. Okay, fine, no problem. In Naduni's email, I think one thing is missing, that is you have not introduced you to the teacher. Otherwise, the teacher, now when you say, I'm writing to kindly request the slides, that's the request you are making. But before that, you have to tell her who you are. Otherwise, she will want that this is not a direct face-to-face meeting that is happening with the teacher. This is an email. So therefore, you have to definitely let her know who you are. Then only you will get the required request, right? So please be careful about that as well. Okay. I still did not get Sandeepa's answer, and he has left the session also. That's fine, but because people will be, reviewing this, I mean, watching this recording again, I'm telling everybody to write and practice, because it's impossible for you to write a proper email or any type of writing without any practice. Practicing is necessary. So therefore practice, and if possible, send your answers to me so that I can have a look and give you my comment also. So that if there are any mistakes, you can, identify them and then improve yourselves. Fine. Let us now move to the last discussion, the last lesson of the textbook. This is Unit 4, Lesson 3. It is time to go cooperate. So as usual, we have a reading passage to complete, which will be done as a homework, I think. Getting ready for the first job. That is the topic of the reading text. And after reading the text, you are supposed to answer a few matching questions. Match the following definitions with the highlighted terms from the passage. And then you have question B, read the following article on getting ready for the first job and take notes on the following areas and make a classroom presentation. So there are 4 sections you are supposed to take down notes, and then you're supposed to do a small presentation, a mini presentation in the classroom. And there are some guidelines also for you to follow. Maybe you can, if you are doing this, you can take down notes first, and then I can give you a little time, because the duration of the presentation is 3 minutes each. So it's not a very difficult task for us to do. So if you like, you can try this out in our next session. Just to do a small presentation, you can just read out your notes, and then do it as a presentation. You can do it as a group presentation or a PowerPoint presentation, but because we are having an online session, I would like to, if it is possible, I can actually give you 3 minutes each to present your answers orally in our next session if you are ready. And then there are certain guidelines for you to make the slides while presenting. If it is possible, you may make the slides also, then let me know so that I will give you the permission to share the slides also, so that everybody can see your slides. So follow the guidelines if you are making a PowerPoint presentation. First slides should contain the title of the presentation and the names of group members. We will be doing this as an individual presentation. If you are doing that, make sure that, if you are making the slides, make sure that the first slide contains the title and your name. The second slide should include the content, the main topics of the presentation. And regarding the number of slides, you can have a maximum of 8 slides, including the title and the content slides. And they mention about the font type also. It should be formal, and also any appropriate images can be included. Right. Before you start making the slides and presenting, try activity 433 about the steps of preparing for a formal presentation. So we will be discussing this now. We are going to discuss certain tips about how to, prepare and do a proper a formal presentation. We will be discussing that. So if it is possible, try to do this also. If you are ready with your slides, I can give you permission to share your slides and do your presentation. If not, you can just, without the slides, you can just present your answer orally. This part, question 1 is something that you can definitely do for us to discuss in our next session. So let's have a look at this, right? This part of the lesson, which is also very important. Given below are steps of preparing for a formal presentation, but they are not in order. Discuss with your friend and number them in the correct order of presentation. Look at this box, right? Steps of preparing for a formal presentation. There are 5 steps here, but unfortunately they are not in order. Can you please read them one by one and make the order first? Ready? Yes. Right. So what is the very first step of preparing for a formal presentation? What should be done first? Okay. Mm. I think the very first thing we have to do is dividing the topics among group members for presenting. Naduni has sent me answer 3, that is rehearsing before the presentation with all group members with a strong focus on time. Actually, Naduni, I think before we rehearse, we need to have our topics, isn't it? So the first thing is we have to divide the topics among the group members for presenting. Then the second step is brainstorming for ideas. Yes, brainstorming for ideas among group members and researching for facts. Once you have your topics, you can brainstorm for ideas, right? And then according to your topics, you can find out, search for information and facts. Fine. Step 3. Designing the content of the presentation in a presentable visual format. Exactly. We need to, after collecting information and facts and details, we need to design them. We have to have an order in the information we have collected, and then we need to present them in a presentable visual format. Fine. After that, yeah, okay. Rehearsing before the presentation with all group members with a strong focus on time. Now, because the slides, the visual content is ready, you can have a rehearsal with your group members. And while rehearsing, you need to focus on the time as well. And finally, we can finalize the content. Yeah, 5th one. Most relevant facts and time allocated for presentation. Everything can be finalized finally, and while doing that, you can finalize the content by including the most relevant facts and details, and also you can have a focus about the time allocated for the presentation, right? So that's the order. Let us now move to discuss the top 8 tips for making a world-class business presentation. These are the top 8 tips, right? So the first one is use dark background with light fonts or light backgrounds with dark fonts. So when you make your presentation, the font colors and the background colors you are using in the slides are very, very important to have a good effect, right? Otherwise, you will not be able to communicate the message to the audience. So either you have to use a dark background with light fonts or a light background with dark fonts. Number 2, don't forget to number your slides. Numbering the slides will also give a nice flow to the presentation, because then the audience will focus, right? Will have an idea about the flow or the order of your presentation. So it's always good to number your slides. Tip number 3, use visuals. Audience will remember them better. More than including a lot of details and facts into your slides, which is inappropriate, adding images will help the audience to remember your message clearly and very well. So think of that also, which is a very effective tip. And then 6 maximum points per slide. As I told you earlier, do not load your slides with facts and details. Try to include your facts in point form, and even these points, right? The points you are adding should be carefully done. One single slide should have maximum 6 points, not more than that. Then next one, rehearse beforehand with a strong focus on the time. So rehearsing means practicing and doing the presentation over and over again will help you to understand what your mistakes are. You can do it on your own, or maybe you can do the rehearsing in front of another, reliable set of people, so that they will give their real authentic comments to you, so that you can adjust and minimize and reduce your mistakes. While rehearsing, it's really important to focus on the time, because nobody will be interested to listen to a presentation if it is not interesting. Especially, nobody will be able to focus and pay their attention. So doing your presentation during the given time, paying attention to the duration and having a focus on the time is really important. Next one, include hand gestures and facial expressions to make what you say meaningful. So the presentation should happen naturally. You individually, or maybe all your group members, should act naturally at the presentation. You should not be artificial. When we are talking normally, hand gestures, facial expressions, eye movements, head movements, all these things happen naturally. So make it so natural so that the audience will quickly understand and notice that you are prepared and well organized on one hand, and also on the other hand, it makes your work easy when you behave naturally while doing the presentation. If you become unnatural and focus only about the content you are presenting, then the audience will quickly notice that. So make your natural. You don't have to be artificially moving your hands and show your facial expressions. Normally, when we are talking, it happens to us. We move our hands. We use hand gestures. Be careful about these non-verbal cues, right? Body movements, eye movements, etc. And make them meaningfully. Don't have to be artificial, don't have to be unnatural. You can have all these gestures in a meaningful, natural way. Then the next important point is about your dress. If it is a formal presentation that you are doing, you have to dress formally. We can't say that you have to dress like this, but you have to, according to the situation, and also where you are going to do the presentation, in front of whom you are going to do this presentation, considering all these, the time and where, all these facts are important before you decide about the dress you are going to wear. And also about the audience, the crowd, who will be watching your presentation. All that all these facts will be important when you decide about the dress. But basically what I can say is it's really important to dress formally when you do a presentation. And the final fact is use tone variations to get the attention of your audience. Now, if the presentation is for 5 minutes, for example, if you use the same tone throughout the presentation, it's not going to be interesting to the audience at all. So you can, like your non-verbal cues, hand gestures, body movements, etc. You can use your voice also in a very effective way to make your presentation interesting. You can highlight your voice, raise your voice when you want to highlight some information, and then when you are discussing some points, you can have a moderate speed and also a tone. So make variations in your voice while doing the presentation, so that even though it is a non I mean, it's not going to be a very main point. The points, the information, the facts and the details you are presenting are the most important things in your presentation. But these things like voice, gestures, movements, all these things will add some quality, some value, some interest, some attraction to the presentation that you do. So be careful about these points also when you make a presentation. Fine. So let us now move to the listening activity, the final listening activity relevant for the lesson. Any other things that you would like to say about these points, about the 8 tips to make a world-class business presentation, even though this is not a part of our evaluation method? We will not be asking you to do presentations at the exam, but learning these things will help you to improve yourselves, your personality and your skills, because you will definitely be doing business presentations in the future as once you become professionals. So keep that also in mind. So this is the listening, the final listening activity is the last activity, the final listening activity, and also the last activity that we are supposed to do in this lesson. And that's the end of the textbook as well. Please go through, we'll do this now. Please go through the question, listen to the recording and fill in the gaps up to tip number 5. And then you have question B. Look at the next question. Now listen to the 5 remaining tips given in the recording and take notes about what the tips are and why, and any important points given under each tip. Once you are done with taking notes, discuss the points with your class to see if you have missed out on anything. Then listen to the recording for the second time to verify. That's how we are supposed to do the listening. So there are 10 main blanks for you to fill. So I will play the recording maybe 2 or 3 times for you to find out the answers, especially the tips. The information relevant to the tips are given below. What we are supposed to do is we need to find out what the tips are. Let's do it straight away, I mean together. I'll play the whole recording, not up to tip number 5. I will play the whole recording together so that you can collect information or the tips. And then we will listen to it again for the second time for you to verify. Please go through the text until I share the recording. I have to take it from the LMS and then play. Just go through the text until I share. So let us now watch the video and find out the steps.
Our top 10 tips. We've worked in the live events and production industries for over 40 years and have worked with hundreds of presenters all over the world. In this video, we are going to share with you our top 10 tips guaranteed to make you a better presenter. So, let's get started. Number 1, focus on the audience. Your presentation is not about you, it's about the audience. What benefit will the audience get from listening to you? What do you want them to think, feel, and do as a result of listening to you? Once you have these clear objectives in your mind, you are on your way to delivering a winning presentation. Number 2, delete all excess text from your slides. Loads of bullet points on your slides are a complete waste of time. Nobody actually reads them. The brain is a self-organizing mechanism. If you use slides like these, you're sending a signal directly to the audience to start daydreaming. Your slides are not your speaker notes. Use powerful images and pictures. They are much more effective in getting your message across. Number 3, keep it simple. Less really is more. Get used to cutting out material. Include in your presentation only what really matters. This is a difficult process, but think back to point 1. What do you want the audience to think, feel, and do? If your content doesn't match your answers to these questions, cut it out. Use the same language that you'd use while explaining your presentation to a friend in the local pub over a pint, and try to use simple wording too to make your content clear and easy to understand. Rules of 3 can be really effective. Number 4, rehearse. Always, always rehearse. The biggest single difference a presenter can make to their performance is to stand up in front of the bathroom mirror and rehearse. If you are serious about success, then you need to get serious about rehearsing. And if you don't prepare, then prepare to fail. Number 5 is especially important if you're speaking at an event or away from your usual place of work. Make friends with the crew and the people at the venue. The crew can play a huge part in your success, and if you are rude and arrogant, they'll enjoy watching you fail. Get there early, make friends with them, learn their names, and ask them for help and advice. Ask politely for a sound check. Ask to view your PowerPoint slides on the big screen. You can see where I'm going with this. This preparation will ease your nerves and raise your confidence before your presentation starts. We've worked in the live event. The crew can play a huge part in your success, and if you are rude and arrogant, they'll enjoy watching you fail. Get there early, make friends with them, learn their names, and ask them for help and advice. Ask politely for a sound check. Ask to view your PowerPoint slides on the big screen. You can see where I'm going with this. This preparation will ease your nerves and raise your confidence before your presentation starts. If you are in any doubt about what to wear, be smart. Smart hair, smart shoes, smart dress sense. Don't fall into the trap of getting up on stage looking casual because you'll only look scruffy. If it's smart casual dress wear, always go the smarter side of casual. Better for people to say, wow, she looks smart, rather than, God, she could have made an effort. Number 7, make friends with yourself and be comfortable. Don't create a posher version of the real you, someone who uses big words and tries to disguise a regional accent. You are unique. You are special. Nobody is quite like you. So stick to the real you, be authentic, and the audience will believe in you. Number 8, stand still. Everyone feels a rush of adrenaline as they stand up, ready to speak in front of an audience. As adrenaline flows through the body, your body will get ready for fight or flight. The lactic acid builds up in your muscle tissue and you will feel an overwhelming need to move. This is what we call weaving. An advanced stage of weaving is prowling, from one end of the stage to the other. Lock out your hips and imagine that your feet are stuck to the floor. You still have plenty of room to move around. Number 9, tell a story. Forget the corporate spiel and all those text slides that nobody will read. Tell the audience a story. Engage in a conversation with the audience and then, and only then, talk about targets and measurable goals. I guarantee you that the audience will remember a story that relates to your key messages rather than a barrage load of slides. The final point that will make you an even better presenter is be enthusiastic. Nothing, absolutely nothing succeeds like enthusiasm. It's infectious. Once the audience can spot that you have a passion for your subject, they'll immediately begin to warm to you and will ignore any imperfections or omissions in your presentation. So, get passionate, get excited, and get enthusiastic. We hope you find these tips helpful the next time that you have to present in front of an audience. Please do get in touch with us if you have any questions or would like to have a chat. We'd love to hear from you.
Would you like to watch the video again or are you done? Right, so let us now discuss the points. I think you are done. Okay, what is step number 1? Yes, I think, Jed, we will be able to, I mean, we can finish the discussion at the end. I mean, we have nothing else to do. So maybe by 10:05 we can finish. Don't worry, okay? What is the first point? Yeah, the first point number 1 is focus on the audience. Fine. Step 2. The answer for blank 2, I mean. Delete all access text from your slides. Yes. Delete all access text from your slides. That's correct. The answers for blank number 2 and 3. Right. Then number 3, that means blank number 4, 5, and 6. Keep it simple. Fine. So that is number 3. And number 4, that means blank number 7 and 8. Yeah, rehearse. Always rehearse. Rehearsing is important. I'm not going to discuss any things given below because you have watched the video and also you have the ability of reading the text yourself. So the final one, blank number 9 and 10. Make friends with the crew and the people at the venue. Okay, make friends. Correct. So these are the main points, right? When you do a world-class presentation, learn them and follow them, use them practically in your presentations as well. Now that we have come to the end of the textbook, I mean, we have completely done this, right? Up to page number 130. We will have to discuss one homework I have assigned you in our next session. Actually, we will be having only 2 more sessions, one on the 11th and the 18th. The final class is on 18th. Next week, we will be doing the assignments. I'm not going to do any, teaching on that day. You will have to do your assignments in class and send them to me. And on the 18th, I am planning to have a past paper discussion, taking few recent past papers, and also maybe we can use the pilot paper. And we will write some answers to the questions and see. So that is the plan for the 11th and the 18th. And I'm asking everybody to be present next week because we will be doing the assignments in class during the class time. And it's really good if you can be there, right? Okay, I don't think you have anything, any questions to ask from me. So let us now stop there for today, and let's meet on 11th for the assignments at the usual time. Right. Thank you everybody for coming.